Welcome back to Tales of Yavard. We are Mythcraft TTRPG podcast, and this is our first campaign, The Sea's Tale. I am Corey Griffin, and I am our MC. With me today, we have Jesse.
Hey, I'm Jesse, and I'll be playing Zypher.
We got Adam.
Hey, I'm Adam.
Kobe.
Hey, it's Kobe.
And last but not least, we got Joey.
Hey, what's going on, guys? On the last time of Tales of Yavard, we had a discussion in the prison, and things may be looking up for our group. Usuri made a deal with Mason, left some friends behind, made a new one, and took the remainders with him. Let's see what the rest of the crew can get up to next.
All right, so instead of continuing the story forward with all of you on the cart, we're actually going to rewind time a little bit. And we're going to go back to Zypher when you were running away from the guards. You're ducking into alleys, you're moving about this city that's particularly unfamiliar with you. I know that you're probably using a lot of your combination of your magic and just your general can get the fuck out of whatever the problem is abilities.
Yeah.
However, eventually you do find yourself running down a very, dirty, very, run-down part of town. And then you take a quick left, see an alley, and you start running down that. And then you take another right, and you find out, oh shit, this is another dead end. At which point, a door opens up. A door to your right opens up. And standing there is this, large-ish man who just looks at you and says, what are you doing? We've been waiting for you. Come on, get in here.
What do you mean you're waiting for me?
What I said. We've been waiting for you. Get on in here.
He's gonna kind of look up and down the alley, not seeing really any other options, so we're gonna see where this goes and duck in there. At least this person isn't trying to chase him.
All right. So he takes you into this almost like a hovel-ish area. It's not it's not very nice. And then he will take you through what looks like a kitchen. I mean, it is a kitchen. It's not what looks like a kitchen. It is a kitchen. And then but it's not like a large kitchen. It's not even a particularly well-kept kitchen. It just, you can tell someone cooks food here. You start making your way to a staircase. As you step down into the staircase, you find it's not the worst stairs you've ever been down, because Dryfor isn't the nicest city in all the places, but it's definitely, you feel like you have found the slums of Mayev as you make
Good
your way
times.
down the stairs.
Good times.
And the man is like almost nonstop talking. Just like, so how have you been? I haven't seen you in my dreams in a while.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm a seer. I saw you show up. I saw you needing help. Saw me offering you help. I saw you becoming a strong and powerful individual in the world.
That's a lot of information.
This guy. Oh yeah, I remember from my dreams. Zypher. Oh, this guy's gonna kill me.
I'm suddenly very concerned about this staircase I'm going down to a basement in the slums
Cops are
with a
serial
stranger.
Cops are serial killer.
As you make your way down to the bottom of the staircase, you see like barrels on the back wall, and then as you look to your left at the bottom of the staircase, you actually see some other individuals.
Body parts in those barrels?
Now, you think it might be alcohol that could be served to the people at these tables when this is being run as an underground bar.
Oh, that's nice. It's always a good thing. Found a speakeasy.
Mm-hmm. Now, the first person that your gaze kind of comes to is Adam. Go ahead and describe your new character.
Yes. So you see, as you kind of glance around and such, a Hondu, a dog person. This is Dogan Lafite. He is a... Oh, what did I call him? Sorry, please hold one moment because my brain did not work. I forget what... I need to write it down. I should have been more prepared. He is 6 feet tall, about 200 pounds or so. He looks built. He does not have any weapons. He's wearing some very, very simple clothes. His fur on the parts of him you can see is dark gray, and then on his face it shifts to a lighter brown. He's got a very bushy mustache. And he looks like overall he's not doing great. He looks a bit scruffy, a little worn. He's sort of got his shoulders slumped. He's nursing a little tankard of whatever's in the barrels. He's not really looking at anybody. He's just kind of looking down. And every now and again he'll mumble something to himself.
Seems like a very healthy individual.
Mm-hmm. Then, as you look further around the room, sitting in a table, you see Joey. Describe your character.
So sitting at the table, you see a humanoid clad in full plate armor, just kind of sitting there reading the room as people are walking about, or in this case, coming in. And then next to him, you see a smaller figure who is cloaked with a hood over their head and their knees tucked up into their chest, just kind of sitting there. You can't really see their face for either of the two characters. Actually, you can't see their face. And yeah, that's what you get.
All right. And then finally, you keep looking and you see Kobe. Please describe your character.
Sitting at the back table, you see a dark-skinned man in full plate armor, except his helmet, which is off as he's polishing it right now. He has light green, like lime green short dreads tied up into a ponytail, a deep scar over his right eyebrow, and a gouge from the left side of his lip up to his cheek. Dark brown eyes, and he is just sitting there polishing his helmet off with a really nice long Lucrean hammer sitting across the table in front of him as well.
All right, so it do look like we've finally gotten everyone together now. All right. You're probably wondering why I asked you all to meet me here. If you want to take a seat there, my elementalist friend.
All right.
I don't bite back here, my friend. If you want to join me, I've been
Yeah,
around
you're
for a
definitely the
while.
friendliest looking person in the room.
How you doing, fella?
Fine. How are you?
Another day with the order and boss passing me around. You know, can't complain too much, but it could always be better.
Do you have any idea why we're here?
Yeah, we're gonna kill a demon.
A demon?
Yeah, just let Big Boy explain it. I'm lower rank. He'll explain everything. The seer can see. That's why he sees.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm Smith Westwood, and he like reaches out a hand to shake your hand.
Zypher. He's gonna shake your hand. And this is Smudge. He points at his cat.
Pleasure to
I'm
meet
guessing-
you. Pleasure to
guessing,
meet
sorry.
you. No, you're good. Sorry.
Go ahead, Adam.
I'm guessing everyone could hear that.
I assume so, yeah.
Yeah, Smith is talking he's not a quiet, he's a very
Yeah.
loud man.
Yeah, I'm assuming everyone can kind of hear. These tables are not that far apart. This man will look at, like, the three of you that don't necessarily know this man. So that would be Dogan, Smith, and the person that is yet to be named, being played by Joey. He's like, my name is Crix. I am a seer for the Circle of the Hollowed. And what we are is we are a group of zealot blacksmiths that go around using our tools that we have acquired and our knowledge to fight back against any demons that have made their way around the spell.
Oh, what the fuck did I walk into?
I understand your confusion.
Walked into some badass shit is what you walked into.
I mean, I kind of just left some badass shit.
Walked into a couple of fucking crazies is what I walked into there, buddy. Alright?
Crazy is a thing we hear often, but when crazy comes knocking at your doorstep, you want it by your side as well.
I do not think that's how the saying goes. What if it's even a saying? But
We at the Order have a saying of fighting fire with fire, fighting crazy with crazy.
hey, I'm fighting nothing with nothing, I suppose, yeah?
What do you fight?
if we don't-
What do you fight guards with? Because there's like a lot of them looking for.
From my
intel-
experience, 2 fists is all you need.
Yeah, the hammer knows how to handle gods that get a little rowdy. Sometimes they don't really agree with the order and how we do things in the circle, so we gotta show them what to do, and a little bonking sometimes is required, so.
On occasion, Smith, yes. However, it is always better for us to not have to worry about the gods.
I like to bonk them.
I know, trainee. I know. All right. Like I said, we have information that there is a demon here in Maev. So, what we're gonna do is, like I said, I have reached out to the people that I have seen to be the most likely to succeed in ridding the world of this evil.
Basically, is what he's saying is he had a dream where he saw us fight this thing, and then he came and found y'all so we could fight this thing. It's how it works. He just makes it all fancy, but to make it on layman talk, it's we're gonna fight a demon together. He saw us dreaming us about doing it, so let's do it.
Also,
Yep.
I am prepared to pay top prices and funds for the experience.
Alright, I'm gonna accept the job because of the money. But I just want to make it very clear. This whole thing is based on a dream you had. Eh?
There's
That's what you're going
with. I chose you all because of the dream, yes. However, we do have information that there is a demon in Maev.
Right. I've dreamed about my ex-wife, but I haven't seen her lately either, so... Again, I'm taking the job because the money's good, but... Just to be clear on where I stand on the whole thing, demons don't exist. And I do think you're all crazy.
Like I said, fight crazy with crazy, my friend. We'll be doing it soon.
The existence of demons is irrelevant. I need help with rescuing my friends. They all just got arrested.
I mean, if you help us with this job, I see no reason why me and Smith could not assist you as well. After.
Yeah, if you're bad enough to help me fight a demon, I don't give a fuck about giving a helping hand on the other side.
How long do you see this taking? I this is a pressing matter, and I don't feel like I could do an extended campaign chasing some demon down.
I don't see it taking no more than a few hours. Like I said, we know where the demon's at. He would specifically look at the cloaked individual when he says that.
So I kill this thing. You help me find my friends.
Assuming that we do not need to rest at all, yes.
Then I'm in.
Okay, what does Dogan know about stories of demons? Because, again, this is all bullshit to him. Demons aren't real. These people are insane. So, like, has he heard? What would he know?
Oh, right. He knows the stories of, like,
Sure.
of the fact that demons used to, like, run rampant on the Tuhul Islands.
Sure, but you could also call a really bad person a demon, and over time you're going to forget they're a person and they're just going to be a demon. So, like,
Right.
in Dogan's mind, demon doesn't mean anything other than a lot of people decided that that person, entity, whatever, was just real bad. So,
Right.
what would he know stories of, like, demons being defeated by anything specific, or
As far as, like, weaknesses of demons?
yeah, like,
Well, you know, any of the relics of the heroes, if powerful enough people are using them, have abilities that seem to do more damage to demons.
okay,
Like again, that's in the story about the heroes and Paler the Great.
Okay.
Um,
All right. Before we go running off, to slay this demon or whatever, I don't suppose you have the relics of old lying about for us to use. So what do you suggest? Mr. Eyeman?
I mean, I am not going to. Well, if we're being honest,
It's a big
the trainee has a weapon that is effective against demons.
Yeah, I do indeed. It was a gift to me when I joined the circle after I was allowed to go on my first expedition. I was able to grab this bad boy here, and he kind of lifts up the hammer that's on the table. You see like a 15-foot long hammer pole of like black dark wood with a ivy spine, like ivy vine crawling up it, and at the top of it, the hammerhead, you see what looks like just like a long hammerhead, has almost like looks like to be fangs in the front of it, to like where you would smack someone, and like a small little like bits of metal on the top of it. And he like kind of swings it around, and yeah, this bad boy here and I, we've handled a few fair share of crazy.
So we're gonna beat it to death with a hammer. That's your plan.
Do you want to
That's
see
what
the
you
effect
fight
in
demons.
this? I can beat a lot of things to death with a hammer. It may seem barbaric, but it's effective for a reason. The same reason you got your fist out and no weapon. It's effective for a reason.
Friend, my fists are weapons.
Yeah, exactly. So is the hammer.
Right, and what about the rest of us? What are we supposed to fight a demon with?
Does lightning work?
I mean, magic is definitely effective, and from what I've seen and from what I have heard, your fists there, Dogen, are also quite effective in a scrap.
Like, I can hold my own. How about you there, Cloaky? What you got?
So the cloaked figure just kind of stands up, walks behind the large man in the suit of armor.
I don't think it scared her.
So as she walks behind the man in a suit of armor, she pulls her hood off her head. She kind of has to struggle for a minute because she has to get it around her horns. And I say a minute, it's just a few seconds. She's used to it. But beneath the hood, you see a rather pale figure with long elven-like ears, pointed fangs, curled up horns. And if you look into her eyes, you would see no iris, you would see no pupil, but you would see what looks like galaxies. Galaxies far beyond. You don't see anything in her eyes but meshes of purples and pinks and light blues. And in a low whisper, but loud enough for everybody to hear, "You may have your fists. He may have his hammer. Some might use crazy to fight crazy. But I have found the best way to fight a demon is with a demon. And that's where I come into play. My name is Larissa Mordai."
Hey, big man, you wanna hammer this one?
Actually, yeah, at that, Smith is gonna look over at Dogen and be like, well, I myself am, you'll see. But I think me and you might need to have a talk, little lady, before the end of this. No smashing involved.
At least you're a gentleman, I guess.
Huh? Oh, I'm so sorry, my friend. I did not mean any bit of nothing by that. I apologize. I do not think before I speak.
Yeah, we do. So when Dogen says what he does, you would actually see the man in armor step up so quickly that the chair beneath him like flies backwards, and he, takes a protective stance.
Oh, calm down, big boy. I was joking. Demons aren't real, so I'm sure whatever's going on with her face and whatnot's probably explainable.
Hey now, hey. We don't talk about disfigured bodies here. This is a place where lots of people come in contact with demons. Alright? Just cause someone that have been cursed doesn't mean you have the right to make fun of it. There's lots of things we can joke about and are fine. That one I will not stand for. And like Knuckles are, as though he's very friendly speaking, his body language is very tense, like full white knuckles on his hammer. That don't fly.
It's okay, Grifton. He just doesn't understand yet. Thank you, Smith, for vouching for me. I understand what it is to be cursed. The reason I know about these demons' whereabouts is I am part of the reason we're all gathered here. Is that, well, I am from the orphanage. And so is the demon.
Like, huh?
He's
Yeah,
chained.
no.
The demon's parents abandoned it?
No, the demon is chained up underneath the orphanage. And the orphans are being used to feed it. I happen to be a failure in its eyes. I was to be sacrificed. And there was an interruption. So now part of his soul inhabits mine. Hence the reason I look this way. As she looks over at Dogen. I intend to stop this demon. I have reached out to the Circle of the Hallowed. And now we are all here.
This
And
will
with
be.
that,
Sorry.
no. And with that, she will actually put the cloak back on and then go sit back down next to Grifton.
Does Griffin sit back down, or is he keeping his kind of defensive stance?
Yeah, Grifton would have picked up the chair and sat back down when she directed him to.
All right. I apologize. I'm not the, as my ex-wife would say, I'm a fucking moron. So I apologize. I'll tell you what. I'll make a wager with you. If you can prove demons are real, I'll give you 50 silver. No questions asked.
Take that bet.
All right then. He'll spit into his hand and hold it out to shake.
As we're like across the bar from each other.
Oh, no, he'll walk over. No, he walks over.
Oh, okay. She would probably like tap Grifton on the shoulder. And he would extend a hand out to shake your hand.
Yeah,
All right, he'll take it. And
You do it.
he'll shake. He'll shake Grifton's hand.
Give me. Oh, give me like an intellect check.
Me?
Yes.
Haha.
Shake Griffin's hand.
Take a
I'll
potion.
take awareness too.
You'll take what?
Awareness.
Okay. May I pitch? Instead of just using awareness, may I activate my keen nose and catch a whiff of him?
Yeah, give me a perceiving check.
Booyah! 25.
As you shake this man's hand, and you're sniffing, it's almost like he has the scent of bone.
Ain't that interesting?
Do you say that out loud?
He mutters it to himself, but he's not like. I mean, again, -2 intelligence, so he's not the most. And -2 charisma, so he's not the most tactful or intelligent, so he may not. He's probably loud enough for you to hear, if no one else.
So if Larissa heard that but nobody else, she would probably mutter murder. She would probably mutter. She would probably mutter underneath her breath loud enough for you to hear. It's only interesting if you keep asking questions.
No reason to. So I don't really care. And he'll go up to the back down.
Larissa would probably just tuck her knees into her chest and sit there again.
I think Smith would look to Crix and be like, "So, man, how much longer till we can go? I'm itching for a hunt, and so is the hound."
Crix will say, "We can leave whenever we're all ready." Is everyone ready?
I may need a moment. It has been a very exhausting day.
No, we're also gonna have to deal with the guards that are after you somehow.
I've never tried this before, but I may have something to help conceal our movements a bit. Messing with the weather a bit.
That is always preferential.
It will take me about. It should take about 15 minutes.
I could use half an hour if it's possible.
I don't see why we couldn't hold off for another half an hour.
All right. Well, if we're sitting and waiting, Dogan, my friend, mind if I show an old dog some new tricks and we play a few games of cards?
First of all, I'm not old. Second, sure, why not?
Sounds like a plan. And no disrespect, I just know when I see my elders.
Okay. But yeah, he'll sit down and play cards with you.
All right. So first, we're gonna go with Jesse. What do you need these 15 minutes for?
I'm going to cast the Primal Invocation Control Weather, and using a gallon of water, which I assume they have access to in this speakeasy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the weather a bit more like a thunderstorm. It's not quite gonna be like a hurricane or anything, but it'll be, really heavy rainfall, lots of clouds, stuff like that, and some fogginess to it, but not like billowing fog level fog, but just fogginess.
Right. So a little bit of obscurity, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, more natural-ish weather.
Okay. And what does this look like?
That's an excellent question.
Would you like me to come back to you so you can think on it for a minute?
Yeah.
All right. While this is happening, Joey, what does Larissa need a half an hour for?
So I am casting a occult ritual that is a 30-minute cast time. I need a percussive instrument. And so while everybody kind of ends up doing their own thing, you would see Larissa reach into the backpack that is on the back of Grifton and pull out a small hand dulcimer. And while sitting in the corner, back to where she was, knees back into her chest, almost as if you feel like that's a safe position for her. She would then begin playing old children's hymns, like common folktale stories, turned song, things like that. Something that you would probably hear in a daycare or an orphanage, and she would just be playing with that for about 30 minutes or so, and then the spell goes off. And the spell is Drums of the War God. So you and up to 6 willing creatures that can hear you become invigorated by vestiges of power siphoned from a god of war. Each creature becomes rallied for the duration, and the duration is up to 1 hour.
So, in this particular setting, war would fall under 2 categories, depending on what the war is about. So you're probably siphoning either off of Blanca or off of Auric.
So I'm familiar with Blanca, but I'm not familiar with Auric.
So Auric would be the god of death, primarily. Death, the afterlife, rebirth, that kind of thing.
Auric with the big dick.
So I would think that, yeah, she's probably siphoning this power from Auric. And being that he is a god of death and rebirth, I also have a fancy little thing that I have to do with this ritual. And when I cast, I have to roll a 1d20, and on a 5 or lower, all the allied creatures that I chose become shaken for the duration instead of rallied.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you that d20 roll. And
But you want to say your number?
yeah, so on my dark power, I rolled an 18, so we're safe. Now, that does mean that at the end of this 30 minutes, everybody becomes rallied. And I will read what rallied does, because I have a feeling it's going to come in really clutch for this fight. All right, and so being rally means you cannot be demoralized, frightened, or shaken while you are under the effects of rallied. So everybody make sure you notate somewhere no demoralized, frightened, or shaken.
And what is that duration?
It is up to 1 hour.
Okay.
Sorry, I believe it's actually just 1 hour, not up to 1 hour.
Okay.
That was quite the tune you was playing. Eerie as shit, but I definitely am feeling pretty nice after that. I think I might win this game of cards because I get boost.
Grifton would just give you a thumbs up.
If this Smith gives a toothy grin and a thumbs up back.
So how are these cards? How is this game going? Are you all? What?
I was gonna say Smith does have a trinket that is a bird that like tweeps, twerks. What do they say when a bird does this thing?
Tweets?
Tweet.
You were close too.
he,
That's the
said
worst part.
he said tweets twice. It was like tweets, twerps.
Twerps?
I don't like myself sometimes. Okay.
You know
I have
all
a
them
damn
birds
wooden bird that
twerking.
makes noises when I recoup, and I want
You
to
know-
use it as a timer for the game because I got it as a trinket. That's what I want to do.
Yeah,
You
every
say
time
it
that
makes a
bird
twerking
twerks.
noise.
The twerking bird.
yeah, that was also the first thing he said. was a twerking bird. What? How is that relevant to cards? It's a twerking bird.
Okay.
He uses it as a distraction while he slides a card out of his sleeve.
What? Okay, so I guess my thing that I want to ask here: are you guys playing for fun or are you guys playing for money?
Yes.
Smith would not be able to do so because he is a unpaid intern, and he would make that. He was like, "Yeah, I would love to put money on the table, and why y'all get paid very well for what you're doing. I was indoctrinated at a young age, perfectly happy to do so. They're great to me, but head sense, I am part of the order. I do not get paid, so this is a funsy game. I wish I could make money, but I do not have money to lose."
Okay.
I'll wager
Dogan's-
5 silver for the bird.
Dogan's gonna lean in real quick. Just be like, "Hey, is this a cult?"
No, they saved my life, I swear to God.
Right, because the more you talk about it, the more it sounds like a cult. It's fine. It's fine. And he'll pull a deck of cards out of his pack, and he'll start shuffling them up and dealing them out.
I think Smith like tried to say something else, but realized like anything he's gonna say is gonna sound real culty. He's like, you got me.
No, we're a family. Oh wait.
Just like Bucky's. That's for all my my Texans.
Not a Texan.
All right.
But yeah, we're just playing for fun.
Okay. Yeah, I just was curious.
Before
For
we
my-
do that, were you gonna want me to like say Zephyr's thing with the thing and then post it over where it was, or is it just gonna be added in?
Thing with what thing?
The
Description.
invocation.
You asked him what the spell was gonna look like.
No. Okay. I'm gonna come back to you.
Okay.
I was giving you as much time as possible.
Yo,
So
you're
I
good.
went to Joey, then I went to the other two. Now I'm coming back to you.
Okay, you're good.
So, what did your spell kind of look like for everyone else?
So he would have some kind of container for the gallon of water, and he's gonna kind of sit there and focus on it for a bit, and focus on what he wants the weather to look like. And if anyone was to look over his shoulder into the container, they would kind of see the water start to take on the form of like a miniature thunderstorm, and then he would once he has the desired effect in the bucket, he would take it up the stairs and just out the door and just kind of fling the bucket, like somebody dumping trash out an upstairs window or something like that. Just fling the bucket out. Instead of it splashing, it would just go up into the sky, and then over the course of the next 10 minutes, it would start to take effect, and it would build and build from that tiny little storm in the bucket to a half-mile radius.
I mean, it's a half mile of a thunderstorm.
It's a pretty big thunderstorm. Yeah, ish.
That is just such a cool description. And truthfully, I was imagining, I was like, I wonder how it's gonna go. Not at all what I was thinking. That was love that.
I like it. Oh, also, I'm sure this will have awesome effects in a tropical area, but It says I can adjust the temperature by up to 40 degrees, so I'm going to drop the temperature by 40 degrees. Make people bundle up a little bit. It'll seem a little less weird that we're all traveling in cloaks. And
Okay. Trying to think of what all the effects
of a
the
sudden
temperature
40-degree temperature drop over the course of 10
dropping.
minutes.
I live in New Hampshire. It happens all the fucking time.
It went from a high of 90 to like a high of 56 in a day.
In
last
10
week.
minutes.
But that's
Yeah.
a day. That's a day. Imagine if that was 10 minutes.
It would
Yeah,
be
but it's-
concerning.
It's Texas during, false fall. 'Cause there ain't no
I
real
mean-
fall not where I'm at.
Yeah, feel you there.
Same thing here in
Nevada
Kansas.
is similar. It's just summer until it's winter for a couple weeks, and then it's summer again.
We get a
We've had-
nice, pleasant week of fall, and then a nice, pleasant 2 or 3 days of spring.
We've had triple-digit Christmases before.
Jesus.
Ugh, that's horrible.
And this is why I live in Pennsylvania. I get all 4 seasons. I get a couple weeks of fall, couple weeks of spring. Way too much fucking winter, but I love winter. Anyway.
Okay.
With your rituals now complete.
Let's
Jesus,
play some goddamn cards.
I think what
What I would like from anyone who's playing cards is a luck check.
hell yeah.
Luck.
10.
Can Grifton play cards?
I give you fortuity.
I will take fortuity. Yes, Griffin can play cards. It'll be a
Zephyr
flat-
lost
Yeah.
with a 5.
Luck
It'll be
is
a flat
on
zero
Smith's
for
side.
It's a 4.
Yeah. It is
The
a
man
little-
that says he's broke just kind of, you all are glad he was upfront about how we're not playing for money because he would have cleaned house.
They made me an honest man, so I couldn't lie. But God, do I wish I had a few dollars, because I would have stole every damn penny you had, motherfuckers.
Did I save it for the imaginary demons, eh?
Grifton just shrugs his shoulders at Smith.
Hey, probably wouldn't have gotten much out of big man over here anyway.
I would have got at a little lady, though. That's her little, they work tandem. I would have got my due.
Best 2 out of 3.
I'll give you one another round when we get back from slaying this fucker. Cricks, we ready to go? I think what these fools are.
I do believe you all are able to. All right, if we're all ready, let's go. He will stand, stretch, like both arms above his head. You all hear a bunch of snapping and cracking sounds.
One last run, old man. We're almost done it all. And we can get you back to the high level of the order where you'll just be supervising over some missions, and I'll be taking your spot as the next trainer.
Won't even be supervising missions. I'm just going to be doing research. It will be wonderful.
Yeah, Dogan will get up. He'll put his deck of cards away. He'll grab his bag. He'll slide his brass knuckles on just because we're going outside and there might be guards about. And then kind of crack his knuckles and be ready to go.
Okay. Rex will lead you all out of the slums. This is what I'm deciding with this massive weather shift. And yes, I've been thinking about it since I realized you were changing. By 40 degrees.
It's significant.
Yeah, it is.
Gonna
As
make
you
that
guys-
fog a lot foggier.
Right? As you guys start like walking outside, it is raining. It is cold. Alright. You guys will make it up to the Fresh Hope home. The local orphanage. I assume that Larissa will just open it and walk right in.
I think that probably would have been discussed beforehand, like on our
Okay.
way there, because there's two people who are familiar with doing this. So I would probably bring it up to Crix and say, so how do you expect us to go in? Are we just going to walk in, or are we going to do this your way?
Well, I find that the direct approach and getting there as quickly as possible is the best course of action.
Yeah, the Hound and I just like to get right to work. None of that dilly-dallying around. We know where it's at. Might as well smash it.
So then I suppose you'll take the lead.
Gladly.
Okay. So you guys open the doors to the Fresh Hope home, and you walk in, and you see a small child sitting in the foyer.
Before that, when we get in, Dogan shakes. Full body, head down to tail, shakes the rain off. Like in
Smudge
front,
is
like
doing
in the middle of everybody.
Smudge is doing the same thing at the same time.
Right. So what's going on?
Oh, hi. Wow, visitors. Philly! Mother Philly! And the kid will take off running.
Should we have stopped that? I don't like to bonk little kids, but I felt like we should have stopped that.
I mean, we gotta talk to her anyway, right? And yeah, I feel iffy about smacking kids. It's not something I'd rather do.
Hopefully, she doesn't take long to get here.
And she doesn't. It is
Oh, right.
not.
Is she part of the whole thing, or is this like a sort of under her nose situation? What's going on there?
She's the one that feeds the demons. The demon with the kids.
Mm.
Pretty much right after you finish saying that, like right after Doggin's, raccoon folk Kleppen comes in. Zephyr, give me an intellect check.
Can do. Intellect. We could take vehicles water?
No.
I rolled a 4.
Womp
Okay,
womp.
never mind.
I'm assuming he does not see a familial resemblance.
He does not see a familiar resemblance.
The fucking rabbit in all over again.
He just doesn't pay attention.
Nope.
Right?
Nah, he's oblivious.
I mean, it kind of makes sense though, considering he was raised by people that did not look like him at all, and thought they were his mother and father for the longest time.
Yeah.
Maybe it makes sense that he doesn't pair similar looking characteristics to other people.
Yeah,
Anyway.
family
On both
could be
his
anybody
characters.
or nobody at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, for both this character.
She walks in and she sees this group. What are there? 7 of you? 6. Well, 7 if you count Smudge.
5,
Yeah.
6,
We only
Not-
kind of count Smudge.
6.5.
Sorry, not sorry. I did not include Smudge in the Drums of the War God. So,
He's
Why
Smudge
not?
isn't,
he couldn't be targeted with it anyways. I don't think.
because I can only have up to 6.
Well, it's you and 6.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is.
But
even
even
6.
so, Smudge
Yeah.
doesn't take up space.
I would, because I was counting it earlier, and I'm like, oh, there's 7. Now recounting it again right now, and I'm like, where the fuck did I get 7? I was counting Smudge.
Smudge isn't real. He's only kind of quasi-real.
Publishing.
Yeah.
Seeing all of you, she will pat the small child on her shoulders, and she'll be like, okay, go ahead and go play with the others. I'm gonna talk with these nice people for a little bit. Make sure no one comes out of their rooms, all right? And then this child will look at this Kleppen and be like, all right, Mama Philly, and then take off. And then as soon as the door closes into another room from where you all are, Mother Philly's demeanor seems to change. Instead of looking like a soft-hearted Kleppen nun that she is, she almost gets this look of like fierce insanity that crosses her face. She has like a wide smile, showing a few too many of her pointed teeth. And she'll say, oh, my little puppet has come in return. How are you, little puppet? And that is where we're going to end this episode.
Thank you for listening to episode 34. We hope you enjoy listening, and we would love it if you'd let us know. Catch us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and TikTok under Tales of Yavard Podcast. We have links to the linktree in the episode description. If you really enjoyed the episode, give us a rating on whatever podcatcher you're using, tell your friends, and spread the word. Thank you.